It's another uncensored look at the world around you from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
Don't tell me that America doesn't have culture.
Paula?
We got a hugger!
Uncensored as always, it's time for the Ugly Truth.
Welcome to the Ugly Truth. This is episode 452. Ugh. Yes, producer Deb is sitting in with me today. Now,
That didn't sound like Paula.
as we know, everybody in the globe is essentially locking down, staying safe. And Paula, as we all know, has young children in the home, so schedules are a little wackadoo. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't come in and record today.
Quarantine couples, baby.
So here we are with producer Deb, which is fine because this is unprecedented times in which we live.
Which is what it takes for me to be on the show, apparently.
A pandemic.
A pandemic is the only way I get back onto the show this fast.
Right. The 5 male listeners we have are thrilled. Woo-hoo. So there you go. Anyway, so welcome to the Ugly Truth. This is producer Deb, my husband.
Hello.
This is Jamie. Hello. So I'm going to try to stay with the outline that I created because it's not very sister-based. So I think we can get through the topics that we...
You're being nice to me then.
I'm trying.
Okay, that's nice.
So spring is here.
Yes.
We don't have an opening day. There's no
It would have been
baseball.
yesterday. It sucks so bad.
It's very difficult. I have noticed that the professional leagues are trying their damnedest to appease everyone. I watched you watch, was it the game that led the Giants to the World Series in 2014?
They've been watching classic Giants games as they come up. I saw a couple of things today, baseball related. One is MLB has decided that April will be a baseball movie a month, which I don't know that that's different, but you know,
the same movies that they play.
Although yesterday, social teams all over the country did something that was pretty cool, which was let your kids play ball in the house for opening day. And so a lot of people were sharing viral videos of kids playing wiffle ball or
what could possibly go wrong.
Some athletes who are professional ball players were playing wiffle ball with their kids in the living room and stuff like that. So anyway, it was it's a bit depressing.
It's all the promotional shit that they would do if you were sitting in the stadium eating hot dogs
Right.
and watching your favorite ball player. But anyway, I don't know. Do you think there will be a season at all?
I think that they've done shortened seasons before.
Well, the strikes.
Usually be from a strike or something like that. Obviously not this, so it's unprecedented. But I would be hopeful that if this thing does flatten out and things start getting back to normal and
maybe
you
July.
know maybe we'll see some summer baseball, a little abbreviated season. They'll be like a video game season. Did you know they do that?
No.
The baseball video games, you can play like the playoffs only, a full season, or a half season. So maybe they'll play a half season.
Speaking of, not to completely change the subject, but now that spring is here, so is the new Call of Duty games. I shockingly have lost you a couple nights a week to playing with your friends. What is it? It's the like a Warzone.
Yeah, so Call of Duty's been out for a while, but they just rolled this Warzone game out where it's like 150 players in one room, so it's crazy.
Basically last man standing.
Yeah, or it's like
Last
Call of
team
Duty
standing.
Fortnite version, right?
Right.
Like it's
Well,
Battle Royale.
In my video game, we have that as well. It's called the Arenas,
I
and
know.
we have teams anywhere between 3 to 40. Like it's really, really fun. Yeah. So I'm not surprised that you're addicted to it. What's hilarious is that you're going way old school and coming to bed after midnight.
Way past my old man bedtime.
Reeking of beer.
Oh, that was one night.
And having
I had
a glass.
I had a half a beer. It was just a porter, so you smelled it.
It's that craft beer stuff that you drink.
I know.
Anyway, so there's that going on. Well, I am trying to have a garden this year.
That is your spring.
I'm trying to have a garden this year, so I ordered all my seeds. I've got all my little things to get it all set up. So on the side, I'm trying to, weed out all the weeds from winter, and I'm getting everything all set up, and it's coming along.
Yep.
But I very quickly remember why I don't enjoy yard work. First of all, I don't mind the monotony of pulling weeds, and I obviously I love having a garden. I didn't have one last year because of all the travel, but this year I'm definitely going to try. I'm trying to have one. The wildlife. I had a significant experience the first day I was out there.
Yes, you did.
So I'm sitting there, and
it was like pretty soon after you got out there, too. It was like...
mere moments.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but people tell me that where we live, we should not have snakes, but we have snakes in our house, in our yard. So I'm sitting there and I'm working in this little area, and there was a snake that I did not see, and it was very near to my shoe, which I did not see, but Bodega, our husky, saw it and promptly picked it up, broke it, and then proceeded to death roll
like
into it. And I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't see him do it. So he's rolling around in the dirt.
Had you seen the snake already?
No.
When this? Oh, so you didn't even know. Oh, okay. I see.
So he's rolling around like he does when he kills skunks.
Right.
And I said, okay. And he keeps smelling, and I'm thinking, what was over here? Or is there something under the dirt?
Right,
like he's trying to kill something?
Or,
Oh my God. I was freaking out. And then he gets up and he just like, he does this huff with his nose.
Right.
And then he walks away, and I'm like, what was that? And I look down, and there's this sad little snake corpse the size of a pencil.
He saved your life.
He saved my life from a snake. And I was like, awesome. Now, the thing is that...
He didn't save your life. It was smaller than a garter snake.
I'm not afraid of snakes, but I'm not going to touch it or pick it up. So I was essentially trapped there waiting. And then luckily you arrived because you can't leave me alone for more than 10 minutes. And so you showed up and you're like, what are you doing? And
especially right now, right?
I said, well, there's a snake. And you're like, what? I'm like, well, it's dead. And you're like, okay. So luckily I had to back away just in case the thing was playing possum. Luckily, he really, truly killed it.
Yep.
So we moved on with our life. Then I move on to another part of the house, and I'm working and pulling weeds. And something, I thought it was the wind. It was actually a 6-inch long lizard. And it was like a dark black red.
Jeez.
And those things are aggressive. They are aggressive. And
Be aggressive.
I have come across way too many aggressive spiders and lizards in my life being here. So I know the aggressive thing. And so I just back up, and it's just giving me the look. And then I make a slight move, and it just takes off. So luckily that thing was gone, but it was significant. And I started questioning, what am I doing?
Some reptile issues.
Why am I doing this? Like, I don't want to do this. So
I want my garden, but I
moved a pebble. And there was Verdell. It was Verdell.
Another little one?
No. It was Verdell. He was bigger. I know Verdell when I see him.
Oh, I told you I killed Verdell.
He's been around for years. No, you killed Lucifer, the lizard. Verdell is here. He has welcomed me to the yard.
It cannot be the same snake.
He wishes me peace.
Clearly.
I say, welcome back. Nice to see you survived another winter. And it was big. He was bigger. So I know it's Verdell.
Okay.
Saw his little face. So
looked just like him.
It was just like him. So we wished each other adieu, and he moved on with his life, and then I just moved on.
Bodega didn't get that one.
I wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
I love Verdell. He's my friend out in the garden.
You're so weird.
You're weird. You're the one that married it.
I just want to eat the food that you grow. I don't want to do any of this stuff.
That's fine. Just clean up the dog poop so I don't have to deal with it.
Okay.
So
springtime.
Anyway. I like spring, but I'm really looking forward to summer. Yeah. That's my favorite part. And of course, we're not even discussing the fact that we're all trapped in our homes or anything, but
spring fever is going to be a whole different definition.
Do you believe that there's going to be a crop of babies in 9 months?
I don't
think so, man.
I don't.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I have to say, first of all, I'm really glad we don't need birth control, number one.
Right.
Number two, we have shower thoughts.
Yes.
Everybody has shower thoughts. Everybody has shower thoughts.
Of course.
But I had one this morning. I had a few this morning, but I had this one this morning, and I thought, if this had happened at any time in my life where I was with somebody else from my past, and I was married to them, I can't tell you, it would be probably within a week or two, I'd be Googling virtual divorce. There is no way. There is no way that I would be able to endure this kind of event with anybody that I was once paired with. It would be pure hell.
I consider myself lucky.
Hell. What about you? Would you be pleased, hunkered down with a previous person?
Hell no.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it would not be good. I was gonna say the whole baby thing and all that stuff. I feel like I see more couples that are like dreading being together more often than actually enjoying it. But maybe that's just the comedy of it all.
I think. Well, first of all, we're good because you leave me alone. You let me have my space.
Well.
So,
except for when you're gardening.
Except for when I'm doing anything else.
Unless I don't know where you are.
Yeah. Well, you're not as bad as our daughter, who literally texts me, "Mom, where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm outside." Well, what's for dinner? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, she's not in 19 years old with a driver's license, not enjoying times right now.
No, she's very upset.
Yeah, she's not like.
Well, she just
understands, but
she feels tethered.
Yes.
So I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird.
She cleaned her bathroom.
I know, it's crazy.
Serious.
It took a pandemic, but she cleaned her bathroom. It's insane. Okay, so really quick, I wanted to move on to some music news because interesting. It's celeb / music news. Okay, so the first one's bad news.
Uh-oh.
I know how much you love Bob Dylan.
Oh my God. No.
He released a 17-minute song about the JFK assassination today.
Why?
Why? Because he hates us. I don't know.
Who cares?
I like Bob Dylan, but this is like torture, like another thing. It's like, really?
Can you really tell? Like, don't you listen to an album and think that it's a 2-hour song? It's all the same.
I'm not. See, now you and I disagree a little bit. I don't think Bob Dylan is the worst of the worst. I think that he is brilliant. I think when he was young and really,
I think he's a poet. I just think
innovative.
He's a horrible musician and singer.
I don't. Well, you and I differ on our opinions on Bob Dylan, but what I do agree with is that a 17-minute song on JFK is not good. And so this is interesting news. Lionel Richie is seriously thinking about revamping We Are the World because of the coronavirus, the pandemic. And I'm living for it.
Yeah?
I want it. And of course, I'm immediately starting to think of who he's going to get.
I wonder how many of those are
they're all dead.
No, not all
Bob
of them.
Dylan's around. He can do it.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers is gone.
Cyndi Lauper's around. Lionel Richie, obviously.
I wonder if they could do like a mix of the old and the new. Like if they could bring in okay, first of all, I know he's going to bring in fucking Katy Perry because she's on the American Idol with him. So she's going to have to be in it with her big pregnant ass. But other than that, I mean, could there be...
Is Kim Carnes still alive?
I don't know. You're going to have to Google it. But I was trying to think, I'm like, well, who could they bring in? Now, they brought in all, from what I recall, they did all American-based artists for it because then England did
a different
Feed the World one.
So, let's see. James Ingram.
Dead.
Dionne Warwick.
Dead.
Al Jarreau. Dead. Kim Carnes. Alive, I think. Let me see. Daryl Hall.
He could do it.
Yeah. Sheila E.
Interesting.
Jeffrey Osborne, alive. Tito Jackson, alive. Oh, a lot of the Jacksons are still alive, except for Michael, obviously. Patty Austin.
Dead.
There's some weird names in here. This ain't everybody.
Baby, come to me.
Quincy Jones still alive or no?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yes.
Yeah, there's and they'd have to update it, which means we'd get a Jonas Brothers and
definitely Katy Perry, definitely the Jonas Brothers, definitely Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, all the pop stars would get together for
all
sure.
the ones that are on television all the time, they would be on there. I wouldn't mind a Kelly Clarkson belting out.
The problem now though is they'd have to figure out how to do it. You can't bring 100 artists in the studio.
Did you see the abortion of Imagine? All those horrible people singing Imagine?
Yes.
It was awful.
Yeah, so the company, for those of you that don't know, I work for iHeartRadio, but we have a concert Sunday with Fox. And we were supposed to do our awards show that day. That's why we're doing this. But apparently all these artists that we've lined up, Mariah Carey and all these, they're all obviously performing from their house. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, it's cool because last week we watched Willie Nelson's version of it when he had everybody that was lined up to play at his festival.
That was cool.
They did it like that. They did the same thing. Yeah. Everybody performed from their home studios or from their wherever.
Yeah, it was cool.
And then they just basically streamed it live on Facebook, and people could donate, quote unquote, tip to the artists or to the whatever fund. Your iHeart one is being two or three are being benefited by it.
All the money, from what we've heard, is they're lining it up now. Everything's going to be for Feeding America and the First Responders Children's Fund, I think, are the two. But
it's the iHeart Living Room Concert for America, First Responders Children's Foundation, and Feeding America.
Yeah, and that'll be, this drops on Sunday, so it'll be tonight if you're listening to this fast enough.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish, Alicia Keys, Gag. Oh, God, Alicia Keys would have to be in the...
They added Camila Cabello today, too.
gross. Because they just have to have her in everything.
They had a Dave Grohl that Elton John is hosting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Alicia Keys going to have to be in the weird.
Mariah Carey's going to perform.
World. She could do the Michael Jackson part. We are the world. She would do it too. That would be her.
Yeah.
They would have to get. I wonder if Dave Grohl would do it. He'd do it. He'd do it.
Yeah. And Billy Joe Armstrong, but not Green Day. But Billy Joe will be there. So
Billy Joe would not do We Are the World.
No. God no.
No.
That'll be good. But I mean, it's the iHeart Living Room concert, and that whole living room thing is kind of cool. So we'll see how they pull it off. You know what I did do? You posted it today. Is I watched a song from Elvis Costello who streamed live today. That was pretty cool.
He has set up copious amounts of stars doing a mini concert.
Yeah.
Lisa Loeb, which she has 3 good songs. Sing them. I want to hear them. She's such a good singer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did see that. I posted that. And of course, Elvis Costello is amazing. So
he is.
All of those will be cool. So silver lining, I wrote this down. Silver lining, we're all uniting on social media because it's the best way to connect right now because, social distancing and all of that stuff, which was hilarious when we were at the grocery store today. And by the way, still no eggs. Still no fucking eggs. Thank you. Thank you, hoarders. Thank you so much for this.
Idiots.
And I don't want to hear the people like, oh, I have chickens. I don't give a shit about your chickens. I want to go and buy 18 eggs for $5 and go home and be done with it, okay? Right. I don't care about your fucking organic chickens. Congratulations.
At least now they're limiting
You're a
everybody
homesteader.
Oh, God.
You're living off the land with your chickens.
Would you be a homesteader?
No.
I know the answer to that already.
Would you?
No, because we watched that Homestead Rescue show. We would never do it. We just like seeing people do it.
Super appealing, but I don't want to kill my own. I mean, listen, I've discussed it. I would absolutely have the experience of killing my own meat.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important to know what that's like. I don't know about anybody else, but when I was growing up, my dad bought a cow and a pig. I know exactly what it's like to have those slaughtered and to eat them. The gallows humor runs deep in my family. So whenever we had hamburgers or steak, it's like, oh, we're eating squinky tonight. Awesome. Great. Yum. Delicious. Because we took real good care of them.
Well, I mean, I think, I wouldn't hate the idea of having a place to go to get off the grid, but I wouldn't want to live every day off the grid. It's not even about the food part because, some of them, a lot of them still buy food. It still happens, but I mean, but the idea of off the grid is appealing, but not to live every day, just to be able to go and do it.
The stress of having enough water, enough energy to turn on a freaking light. I mean, to bathe in warm water, I would hate my life so much. I'd be like, no, this is for some people. And I really admire those that do it.
Most of.
I would never do it.
No.
Never do it. No.
I totally admire the Homestead Rescue people. They're awesome. The
Rainies are amazing.
Yeah,
but they've been doing this their whole life.
Yeah,
they know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly. So,
Another show that we love is, it was funny because I was thinking about it, coupley things. We do not watch the same stuff on television. We have a handful
of things that we watch the same.
But I have a very different version of entertainment than you do when it comes to TV.
For the most part.
I really thought we'd have more time to watch. I thought I would have more time to watch a lot of stuff that I've been, wanting to watch. I have no time. This thing has not changed I am not freed up. I'm busier.
Yeah, from my perspective, I'm definitely busier because I just feel like more people have access to their email, so they have more time to ask me questions. But
you're very
or do
lucky.
Things. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not complaining. So,
but
I would rather be busy and
I really thought I would have. For some reason, I thought there'll be a shift. This will be downtime. I can work on some things that I've been putting off. I can watch them. I really have a hard time sitting still and watching TV, though, especially during the day. I feel like I'm burning daylight. There's way too much to do. I just can't make myself do it. I can't sit and just veg during the day. So I was thinking about there are only two shows that you insist that we watch together because I'll watch anything without you.
Of course.
I don't care about the whole under the code. I
know.
I just don't care. And so...
and often it's just the good news is that a few of those shows, especially our favorite animated ones like a Family Guy or Bob's Burgers, you have no problem watching them again. You don't want to wait, but you have no problem watching again. And it's not like there's a Like, those are not shows where it's like, what happened? You know, like it's shows like that where you.
If I go onto the DVR and you go, you watch Bob's Burgers? I'm like, it's fine, it's good, you'll love it. Gene's hilarious, and you're like, oh,
but the dramas where there's an ongoing storyline, which there again, I can only think of one really. Manifest that we're watching that I would be mad if you knew in advance. But
you know what? I really enjoy watching Manifest because it just the twists and turns. But I'm starting to get a little frustrated. Like, 2 episodes ago, they were doing the whole ancient scroll crap, and it's like it's just ceased to exist. I'm like, where is it? Did they go back in time? Like, what happened? It's gone. We're just not talking about it anymore. Now we're dealing with meth heads? Like, what happened? It's crazy.
That is a roller coaster show for me. Like, the last episode was but the one before that was great.
And
then it's just, and you're like, God, it's dragging. And then you go, what? And that kind of stuff.
Then all of a sudden you're like, he's dead?
In the same episode. In the same episode, that'll happen.
Which is why we watch it. But anyway, the only one that we're enjoying now together that I will not watch on, and I promise you I won't, is the Food Network Tournament of Champions.
Oh, yes.
Where they're doing the brackets with all
really
of the
fun.
The
it's like they were thinking there'd be March Madness, so there would be perfect time to do that.
So it's basically it's a standalone. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever now. But back then, it was like, this is the alternative for all the people that don't like sports. But now, of course, it doesn't exist. So I think they're expediting it because we're already down to the top 4.
They
Final 4, just like that. And so I do think that they have. I think there was only supposed to be maybe 2 at a time, and now they're doing 3 at a time. I think they're rushing
Maybe
it.
They edited it to do it fast, yeah.
So it's been good. All of the chefs we love, of course.
Yeah. If you don't know, it's hosted by Guy Fieri. It's a typical kind of bracketed cooking show.
It's in
one-on-one. It's, they battle one-on-one, and there's an East chefs and West chefs.
East Coast, West Coast.
Right, and then they kind of, East Coast, West Coast, and then they try and they try and beat each other. But what is by far the most intriguing part of it is that the judging is like no other cooking show on right now.
It's all blind.
Which is all blind. In fact, the judges don't even know who's competing.
Yeah, they don't even know who the chefs
seclude
are.
them. They don't know and they never find out. Nope. I mean, maybe they'll find out at the end.
Yeah, maybe.
But they'll never find out. And they come, they taste, they do their judging, and they walk away. Like, they don't even know. And the chefs watch themselves get judged from their green room, and you can see how competitive they are.
It would make me crazy. First of all, I am really competitive, so I think that's why I like watching it. And all these women are just like fierce, like they're like
the Final 4.
I know they're all women. They beat all the men, which was amazing.
I mean, and good chefs too.
Oh, they're amazing.
Rocco and those guys. Those are good chefs.
They were.
Yeah.
But it's a very fascinating way of cooking competitions. Yep. I've really enjoyed it. There's a part of it, it's like chopped kinda because they get the random ingredients.
Yeah.
But these people are so damn good at what they do.
It's high level cooking.
It's they're all James Beard winners. I mean, they're insanely talented. But what I love about it is, I noticed this last night when we were watching it, those who have a more global experience with cooking are far better at it.
Yeah, well,
they're really good
especially
at it.
now because, the other thing that's interesting about this show is this thing which I wish they had come up with a better name. It's called The Randomizer.
I think Guy Fieri had something to do with that.
Stupid name for this.
He's like, I got an idea.
Fuck that. So, but it's basically. It's a wheel. It looks like a slot machine, right? But they spin each wheel, and it's the protein, it's the produce, it's an equipment you have to use, it's a style of cooking and a flavor, something like that. And so it completely is like, like the equipment's like tortilla press, and you have to use Nepalese, and your protein is rack of lamb, and it just is and it's Mediterranean, so it's completely random.
I love
it makes it really interesting.
It's a really good
I will say,
challenge
I hope Minette wins.
Oh, I love her.
But I also think there's a bit of an unfair advantage for her in that she's the one chef where if I'm a judge, I fucking know it's her.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody cooks like that. Nobody cooks Indian food like that. Like, nobody knocks out
except for Marcus, and he's a judge.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, but anyway, it should be really good. The final
should be good. It's a fun show.
We like it.
But that's the only one. That, and I will not watch House Hunters International without you. In fact, if you were to die, I probably would never watch it again.
You know what? Now that we're secluded and we could do day drinking or drinking in general, We should actually do that thing we've been talking about, which is come up with a drinking game for House Hunters International.
It's like, take a drink if you hate the wife.
It'd be gone.
Yeah, I'd be hammered by the first one. Women are the worst. We are the worst. This is so small. Well, what they don't seem to understand is in Europe, everything's small, Americans.
I would like a gigantic kitchen.
I want an American kitchen in Korea. It's like, God. It's like, you know what? This is why people hate us. Go back to Minnesota. Wherever you're from.
We always joke about, and House Hunters International may be a little bit different, but just the House Hunters idea in general, we would be both great and awful.
I would be the best person. I know we talked about this on the show before, but it is true that you and I would be the best couple ever.
They could not limit us to 3 houses. We'd have like 14 houses.
No, it would be like this. It would be that poor narrating woman. She's like, Daryl and Jamie have seen 15 homes. Maybe this is the one.
And by the way, it took us a total of 15 minutes to see those 15 homes because we'd walk up to the curb and maybe open the door and go, nah.
First of all, you would not do anything. You'd be like, well, this might have some potential. Like, babe, no, we're out. Nope, thank you. Next, Jean-Luc, show us another one. This is not going to work for us.
That would be a dream, actually, would be to have the real estate agent, the France real estate agent.
That would
She's
be great.
Amazing.
That would be great.
Yeah. Anyway. So tell me about the other big TV show that's happening right now.
Okay. So Netflix has Tiger King. Tiger King is the big thing that everyone's watching because we're all quarantined, and so Netflix was kind enough to release this upon the world. It's about Joe Exotic. This is a documentary.
His real name?
No, it's some weird long name I can't pronounce, but he goes by Joe Exotic.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time coming up with the words to explain who he is.
I saw a picture of him. He just looks like a mullet dude. Like
he's so much more than that. He's so much more than that. Let me just tell you this.
Yeah, because I don't know a whole lot about it other than what's buzzing around social media right now.
Okay, so first of all, it's called Tiger King. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Now, a year ago, Wondery, my most favorite podcast company in the world, did a podcast on Joe Exotic called Joe Exotic, and it was about this person. He is in prison, which is not a secret.
Yeah.
He's currently serving in prison a long term for trying to hire an assassin to kill what he perceived as his arch nemesis.
Is this the cat rescue lady?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, they both are in the big cat world. She claims that she rescues large animals from these people who make money at malls where people pay $50 to pet a baby tiger.
Got it.
That's what he did. And he did it for a long time. And she was able to basically cock block him all throughout the country.
She so literally, they're like arch nemesis or something.
Because he said she's no worse than I am. She's just got a different look about it.
So he claims she's a hypocrite.
Beyond.
Yeah, okay, got it.
But Carol Baskin isn't just this do-gooder person. Her husband went missing. Her second husband went missing. Went missing.
Like Black Widow type shit?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that she had him killed by the tigers that she had.
Shit.
But no one can prove it. And so she's off scot-free. There are no winners in this world. Guess where Carol lives? Yes.
Oh, the Baskin?
Yes. Take a wild guess.
I'm going to go Florida.
Yes. Joe Exotic, Oklahoma.
Oh, yes.
So there you have it.
Enough said.
That's really all you need to know. That's really all you need to know.
No, you haven't watched it. You just did the podcast.
So
right?
I listened to the podcast with both of my ears wide open.
Riveted.
I could not get enough. I was like, what the fuck is happening in America? This is happening in America? I couldn't believe it was real. In fact, I'm like, no, I Googled it while I listened to the podcast. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's real. He's gay and he had 2 husbands.
At the same time.
One of them killed himself on accident at the cat's quote unquote cat sanctuary in front of people. He had a gun in a car. He got in a car accident and the gun went off and killed him.
What the fuck?
Seriously.
Oh, wait, so what was the other thing I heard? Some sort of Scarface angle? Do you know anything about that?
This guy is so dangerous. So dangerous.
Like he knew somebody that supposedly is what Scarface was based on.
He thinks he knows.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I want to watch it.
Okay, you know those people that we know in our lives who lie and they believe everything they say?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he's totally that.
Oh, my God.
He's delusional. And he has a music career. He ran for...
Of course he
ran for president and got 900 votes. He ran for governor of his town and came in
mayor.
third place. People voted for this fool. Yes. So when Tiger King started like making the circuits in social media, I'm like, Tiger King? I'm like, that sounds familiar.
Oh, because the podcast wasn't called that.
No. It's called Joe Exotic.
Okay.
And so I'm like, what? So I look, I go, holy shit, they did a show on Joe Exotic, but I didn't realize it is documentary. It is real footage.
Yeah.
Now, I heard all of the footage on audio, so I didn't visually see it, but I heard it all. So I'm not like running to watch it because
you feel like you've seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've heard
With
all
your
the
ears.
footage.
Got it.
I know all about the lady. I know all about the court case. I listened to the whole court case, all the courtroom
got it.
stuff.
Okay.
I've heard his post interview shit. You know, the guy that somehow got sucked in believing this guy was fully legit. This reporter ruined his career following this guy around.
It ruined the reporter's career?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Completely ruined his career from Oklahoma, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He did ruin his career. He was a respected newsman, and he isn't anymore. So I saw a picture.
This is a shit show if I ever heard one.
I hadn't seen the news person, the reporter, before the journalist, I suppose. And then I saw a picture of him, and I was like, okay.
Did he look like my glamour shot that I posted the other day?
No. But the type of people that he was able to convince that he was a legit real person, like it's shocking.
Wow.
I mean, he was smarter than everyone that he sucked into this crazy world. And the worst part is the animals suffered so much. They suffered so much. He had tigers and bears and lions and monkeys, and they were constantly dying because he was just giving them bad food. And, you know, there was a woman who got her arm literally ripped off by a tiger, and she comes back to work a week later and is continuing to work. Yes. That was an old man. What? Do that again.
What?
So you must...
Scary that it comes so naturally.
I think you're the only one that hasn't seen it.
Oh, all right. Well.
But I will definitely... Okay, we definitely have to watch. We will watch it.
But I reserve the right...
Be insane. You will
I will
be like,
reserve the right to be
watching.
done. Like, I want the ability to walk away. I'm not going to sit... It's like 7 or 8 episodes.
I had friends reach out to me, and they're like, have you heard of this thing called the Tiger King? I'm like, yeah. It was a podcast last year. You know, me and my podcasting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. It's crazy. There's no heroes. He goes, I'm in halfway episode 1, and I can't believe what I am watching. And he goes, you have to watch this. I'm like, I don't need to watch it. I heard it. I heard it all. The music... The wedding, the fire, the assassins, the courtroom drama, the lady, all the videos, everything. Wow. I've heard the voicemails, all of it. It's crazy.
Wow.
So now I do want to see it because it's one of those things where you want to watch it and go, I can't believe these stupid people. Like they like did this. And like there's a time where when the lady gets her arm ripped off, Joe Exotic literally puts on a paramedic jacket to take care of her. Because he's the paramedic on site.
Oh, that's nice.
So, you know, 2 for 1.
How'd it go? She alive?
I assume so. She came back to work a week later.
Oh, my God.
I assume.
Oh, my God.
It's what we need right now. It's what we need right now.
Is it? We have it. We have a Tiger King. He's the president currently. Jesus.
Don't tell me that America doesn't have culture.
Damn it.
So speaking of crazy,
yes.
I do admit that my anxiety and my hypochondria is what's out of control. Now, when I was a kid, I had hypochondria really, really bad. I thought I was going to have cancer. I was absolutely convinced. And it was something that I fought for years and years and years, even when I was older. I mean, it's something that I battled for a really long time, but now it seems like it's in full effect.
It's not a tumor.
So as I've discussed on the show, I have hormones going on right now that are driving me insane. I feel like I'm a dried up old piece of bread. Everyone begs to differ. Somehow I convinced myself and...
Does rolling eyes make a sound?
I have neglected to go get some blood work done that my doctor has been asking me to do for a few months. And it's just to check and make sure my cholesterol is good, which it is, but it was a weird thing. So they're like, oh, just get it checked again and we'll just, it'll be fine. So I have been putting it off. So they called me and said, hey, did you ever get that blood work done? And I said, no, I haven't done it because, coronavirus. And they're like, I was at the lab. There's nobody there. You can totally go. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, absolutely. I'm like, okay, I'll go. And I said, oh, by the way, I was wondering.
By the way, I'm guessing that I'm Dale bred. Can I come in?
I said, I think I'm drying up, and I was wondering if you guys could throw another blood test on there just to like check the levels to see if I am.
Hook a sister up.
And she's like, you have to see Dr. Fong for that. And I'm like, I do? She goes, yeah. And I said, oh God, fine. So I'm like, well, when can I get in? She's like, oh, you can come in today. I'm like, what?
There's no one going to the doctor.
I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, we have an 11 o'clock. You want to be here in an hour? I'm like, I haven't showered yet. Okay, yes, I'll be there.
I don't think general practitioners are super busy right
They're
now.
not. And so I was like, this is very eye-opening to me. I couldn't believe it. I thought everybody would
Hospitals
be completely
can be
busy.
Slammed, but not, yeah.
So, but no. So I go and I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go. So I show up and of course, and we're going to segue into my awkward moment now. So this is the ugly and awkward moment of the week.
Okay.
So I show up, and of course, because I am nervous and anxious right now, she goes, all right. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I just think, I think I'm drying up. And she's like, you're a little on the young side for that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And she's like, really? Are you sure? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know how old I am. So she's like, okay. So we were just chatting. And then the doctor, you can see them when they're waiting before they call you in, And he's like, I went to Costco yesterday and they had no Cheerios. I am outraged.
The doctor said that?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And I'm just sitting there like, So I'm assuming that because I'm going in for what I'm considering female problems, that I might have to do the full meal deal, which I'm not looking forward to, which why I was not mentally prepared to go in and do this. So they call me in and I'm like, okay. So she's like, can you step on the scale? I'm like, you know what? I'm cycling right now. Do I really have to do that?
Of course, that's what you said.
And she's just like, well, yeah. And I'm like, oh, fine. So I get on, I'm like, don't tell me how much it is. I know I gain a lot of water weight and I'm going through the whole thing. And doctor is behind me laughing.
Of course.
And I'm like, don't you lecture me, Dr. Fong. And he's like, I won't. And so I go in. And so I'm the only one there. So he's trying to act formal because I'm the only one there. So he comes in and he's so sweet. He's like, what did you tell me what's going on? So I tell him what my symptoms, I tell him what's going on. He goes, well, it's possible, da-da-da. And I said, okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
So he was so nice because he said, look, I have a lot of anxiety right now. For many reasons, I'm sure. And so he's like, it's fine. So he was being so nice that I almost started crying. And so he's talking to me and he's just giving me the whole rundown on, we can always put you on birth control. We can always, try this or try these supplements or whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, fine. Thank you. I don't want to be on birth control. And he goes, okay, is that it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. He's all right. I lean in to hug him.
Yep. This you did not tell me. You were saving this. You went to hug your doctor.
Yes.
The formal, keep it real, coronavirus hug.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, he took a step back.
I'm sure he did.
He's like, take care. He just walked right out. Walked right out. And I was like, I was like, duh. Like, I'll never learn. I'll never learn. And poor Dr. Fong, he's probably wrote down, awkward patient has come and gone. That is me. It was horrible.
We got to hug her.
Oh, God. Especially right now, of all things. And And he was doing really good. He was doing the distancing. He was like totally, being normal. But he
Talk to you from the other side of the room.
No, but stuff, I mean, we were a good 4 or 5 feet apart. And he was sitting down and we were like, and I was sitting down. So we had a nice, social distance. But of course, I had to get him. I'm like, all right, thank you. Going to lean in. I'm like, oh my God. It's like, have a nice day.
Well, he was nice to you and made you feel better. So naturally, him and the door-to-door salesman, these are just people that need hugs.
I'm out of control. I'm out of control.
And yet I get finger cuddles in the middle of the night.
That's all you
get. But you're
get.
hugging the doctor.
Because if I give you my body, you know what happens, and it's on like Donkey Kong. There is no in between with you.
Sorry. Yes, there is.
It's either a pinky hug or sex. There's no in between. That's my life. That is my life.
Rough for you.
I'm just saying. Oh, so I reinstalled TikTok.
Okay.
The app.
I've never installed it ever.
You don't have to, but I'm obsessed. Again, and now I remember why I had it. I love it. It's so fun. It's 10 seconds of whatever. And there's this...
It's like the third time
it's fine.
Something... Yeah, it's been out before. Periscope before that. It's
whatever. I love it. Yeah. And so there's this one, and there's all these trends that people do. Like, there's this one, like, dance one that people are trying to do right now, which I refuse to do. But I'm watching them, I'm like, okay, haha. But there's another one going around where girls or women walk naked into the room where their husbands are gaming. Because everyone's home right now, so they're all playing Call of Duty or whatever.
You can be naked on TikTok?
No, they don't show the girl. Oh. So she's holding the woman is holding the phone. She's naked, and she's like, I'm going to walk in and see if my husband or boyfriend will notice, because they're all in on their gaming, right? So
does this become a TikTok challenge of some kind?
Yes, okay. Because a lot of guys will completely
I fully invite you to take part in this challenge, by the way.
Well, what was funny is the very first one I saw, she goes, okay, you guys, I'm going to do it. So she walks out, and you can see the perspective of the camera. She walks out, and her husband or boyfriend is sitting there in his pajamas, bottoms, and his t-shirt, messy hair, the headset on, got his little Xbox thing. He's like, la, 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 talking, doing whatever. She walks in, he's like, oh, hey, baby, okay, let's do this. And she's like, oh, really? He's all, fuck yeah, let's go. He totally was like, done. I'm like, oh, see, he's a good boyfriend.
Good for him. That would be me.
Super cute. It was so cute. But anyway.
TikTok challenge.
I might do it.
Okay.
But you would just be like, Josh, I gotta go.
He'd be like, where are you? Dub? Dub!
Hello!
Just remind me to turn the headset off.
Please.
All these
Can't have
video
that.
Conference fails, stuff like that. Anyway.
Anyway, so that's it. So TikTok is my new favorite again. Right. So
excellent.
That's that.
I've never even used it. I should probably do that.
Okay,
so start selling advertising to it soon.
So what do we learn? We need to watch Tiger King. I need to stop listening to my comedians who are obsessed with the coronavirus.
Yes.
We need to wear gloves when we go to the grocery store.
Yes.
And we have to wish Buster Posey a happy birthday today.
Happy birthday.
He's 33 years old.
Woo. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
33.
I know.
Unbelievable. And Massimo Bumgarner's still in Arizona. I miss it too. I really do.
I miss it.
I miss it too.
Feeling it. Like I didn't even, I don't know why I was like, this happened right as spring training starts to get exciting, because people start they start really ramping up, right? Like they start cutting people and people start getting jobs, and it's like, and then this went down, and
I am kind of stoked because there's been a lot of movement in the NFL, which has been super exciting for me. I love it. There's going to be no Hard Knocks. There's not going to be nothing like that this year, but
they're going to be lucky to have a season.
I do hear that the Raider Stadium is still being built. They have not stopped on that, which is nice.
Oh, construction goes on usually.
So that's cool. We'll definitely be doing that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, actually.
I don't know about you, but when this is all over, I am absolutely going to be one of the first people to go to a Giants game, go to a Raider game. I'm going to fucking Disneyland.
Yeah.
I'll wear my little gloves, but I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be afraid.
Yeah, people are getting, like, I don't want to say they're not getting antsier, but I like the fact that people are starting to talk about what they're going to do when it's over.
Yeah.
And very little of it is go back to normal. It is, they want to do things, but like, I think this will definitely open some people's eyes and change some things.
I'm so looking forward to it.
I think the workforce is going to change dramatically, or at least has the openness that it didn't have before.
Hey, you know what? So our own daughter, who is doing great in college, pursuing an art degree, but she really wants to get into the beauty world. Like, she really does. I think it was like a week ago. She goes, you know what? Fuck it. She goes, forget college. She's like, I'm doing this now. I am not wasting any more time. And I think there's going to be a lot of people like that.
I agree.
And I'm excited to see what that I think it's going to create a whole new renaissance. And I think our community is going to be tight. I'm going to throw as much money as we can to our local businesses, to the personal businesses that we love so much that are, making their way. I'm looking forward to it. And I think it's going to be the summer of love. I really do.
Right,
I really do.
I hope so.
It'll be another Pokemon summer.
Oh, God.
Looking for, hey, that was a great summer.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go summers
People got out and about.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful time.
Now would not be a good time for a Pokemon Go resurgence.
No, but it will. I bet by July, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I hope so.
I believe in humans. I really do. All right. Well, that's all I have. If you do need to buy your toilet paper and tampons, use the Ugly Truth website shop. Click through our Amazon link and support the Uggs while you purchase your necessities. We appreciate your support. Other than that, Paula will be back next week, and there will be a new show for you.
On Wednesday.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Ugly Truth.